No feelings have really come to light as of yet. I don't feel any. No, I don't feel relieved.
Reminisce, family memories. You and Tristan by yourself. Hey man, this is kind of cool. 6 years, nothing.
There is an element of that, but
so this is Andrew Tate. Now, I'm sure you guys already know that, right? I've covered Andrew Tate on this channel. I think when the whole thing first started. So that was somewhere around like 2 years ago. And then I covered him again when Candace did her interview with Andrew Tate. I am not one who goes along to get along. So I'm going to give you a full, not warning, but I'm just going to let you know that a lot of people aren't going to like my take on Andrew Tate, but it is what it is. Not saying that, I don't care about the people who watch this channel and everything else. Nah, but at the same time, we need to be able to have discussions about certain things, okay? And I'll get into all of that a little later, but let's watch a little bit more. So Andrew Tate was on the PBD podcast. They talked about a few things. So right now he's talking about how he felt when he, got to the U.S. and stuff. And I also want to see, because he talks about the conservatives and everything else. So let's just look over this clip and, and just watch it, and we'll have our analysis, right?
How do I say this without sounding psychotic? Let me try not to sound crazy, because my haters have enough ammo. Let me try not to sound psychotic. Part of me will be disappointed if I don't go to Romanian jail. And I know this sounds nuts. Maybe this is a coping mechanism. I don't know. We can all talk psychology. When you're a man and every single government in the world is after you, maybe you cope by thinking, well, if they do win, I'll get a cool story. Maybe that's coping. I'm being honest now. We can talk to Dr. Phil. Call Dr. Phil. I don't know. But I was so certain that we were cooked. I was like, no one beats these people. You can't beat this. This is a fucking setup. And they're going to rig the next election like they rigged 2020, and they're going to set us up, and we're done. We're toast. I was so certain I was cooked. I kind of, in my mind, was like, oh, I'm cooked. And now I'm not cooked. I'm like, well, I don't deserve to be cooked, which is good. But it's a very strange feeling. I just hadn't prepared for it. I don't know what else to say. It's really weird. It's really weird. But I was disappointed by my welcome. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to train Ron. We're going to be okay.
Tate, we've interviewed you a few times, but you sound angrier than ever. Is that your resounding emotion right now?
I said this on the plane to Tristan, and I said that him and I, truthfully, if I think and if I analyze, one of the reasons why our haters hate us so much, and it must be very frustrating to dislike us, because in the end, we always just seem to win. It must be very frustrating to hate us, and then no matter what happens, no matter how many times they think we've got this guy banged to rights, look, 4 criminal cases in Romania, 2 criminal cases in England. He can't fly. He's done. Here's an old video he's explained 1,000 times. Let's retweet that. Look, we've got him. He's toast. No one will talk to him. The governor hates him. And then I'm on a jet. Boom, bang, PBD, woo. They must hate me. I get it, right? And then you can talk about, if this is the universe, if this is your own hard work, if you're divinely protected, if it's fate, all of these things. But for some reason, I seem to be very competent and very lucky. And when you're both of those things, vengeance crosses your mind quite often because you know that you can.
So let me just stop right there, right? Okay, let me give you guys some background to, what happened with this whole Andrew Tate situation, okay? Or my take on it from the rip. Like I said, and be clear, you could go way back in my catalog. You will see that I have covered this before. And by the way, guys, thank you so much to everybody who watches, these videos, guys. It's been a lot, but I'm so grateful to everybody. Please, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you. One thing I will promise on this channel is that you're going to get the inconvenient truth, and you're going to get, honesty, and you're going to get integrity, a genuine host, okay? Because I'm not here to say cool thing so that I fit in with bunch. Maybe if I did, I'd probably be a lot further along, but it's just not in me. Okay, so that's enough about me. So anyway, when I first covered this, like I said before, and I'll try not to make this too long because, people always want to hear what the person is saying. I said this a while ago. The first time I heard Andrew Tate start talking, I was like, ugh, who is this guy? Because at the time he was like, women should know the place of a woman, and he's still. I hate that, right? And I'm also a traditional girl, but the way he was talking, and he was talking about all his like cars and stuff like that, I was like, this guy is hype. Who is he? I was like, he's just some like hype young boy. Like, 'cause I'm from Philly, so that's how we would say it. And then I started hearing this thing about like, oh, he needs to be taken off of the internet because, he's misogynistic and this, that, and the third. That was the first time I heard that word. I'm going to keep it real with you. I've never heard that word before in my life. And I'm in my 40s. So, and then I was like, well, wait a minute. Why are we always talking about taking somebody off of the internet? Like, yeah, he's a little annoying to listen to, but I'll just like turn him off. It's not that serious, right?
Thailand and Singapore and Australia and absolutely.
Hold on.
And I said women couldn't drive. And the face of horror he pulled. I don't know if he was because he was afraid of his audience. And he was like, look, I love women drivers.
Is this the one about the IQ stuff that you guys talked about?
We did a podcast once. I said women couldn't
Yeah.
drive. And he pulled this fake face of horror because I guess he's afraid of being canceled.
Right.
It was on a Zoom. There was a girl on it, another guy.
It says everything you need to know about Dave. I don't know much about Dave. I don't know. I see videos of him jumping up and down about sports teams. And he's 47 with no children and smokes weed. That's what I know. He dislikes me. A lot of these conservatives who dislike me for the key reason that I am the hero they want to be. They know I'm the hero of the masculine youth, and they want to be the hero of the masculine youth. Like, why doesn't all the young boys look up to me? All the young men look up to Andrew. They should look up to me. I'm a conservative. I'm a tough guy. No, you're not. I don't know enough about Dave to truly say why he has the point of view he has. I would put it down to jealousy because I'm big, tall, brown, sexy.
I think that's what it is.
Patek.
Yeah, with
It's a
diamonds.
Patek
Don't
thing.
forget the diamonds.
It's a Patek.
So you see, that right there used to have me like, oh, God. But there's a part of that where it's like, if you're not going to talk about yourself like that, then who is? There is like, maybe it's not everybody else's cup of tea, and it doesn't have to be, but you really are supposed to be your number one fan. And that's just a fact,
Patek thing, but I've got diamonds on mine.
Listen, I think Dave can afford the Patek. I just wonder what, for him saying something like that. Let's go to Shapiro. Shapiro says,
But before we move on from Dave, but this is the thing that's so important. If I was my enemy, I wouldn't talk about me. But my enemies are so obsessed with giving me unlimited energy. I don't tweet about Dave. I don't care about him getting excited over a sports team and masturbating when he's high on weed. I don't give a shit that he has no children. He's sitting around alone. I don't care about Dave. But he seems to care about me. I truly have a worldview, and this is an actual genuine belief of mine. And it can't be explained by science, but I guarantee you it's true. If there's enough human beings out in the world consuming calories, they're doing whatever they have to do. They're going to work and they're trying hard to find money to buy food, to eat calories, to stay alive. And they're converting those calories into my name, either by typing it or thinking about me, negative or positive. That is orgons, a word I've just made up. Orgons.
I'm like Googling it right now.
Into the universe, out into the world, which I absorb. Why am I so lucky? Why are my arms so big? How come I have so much money? Because there's all these millions of people around the world who cannot stop putting Andrew Tate orgons into the atmosphere.
I mean, that is and that, like, you see, there you go. Like, that's true too. Because it's like, if people really don't like this guy, then just don't talk about him. I mean, that's always been my energy as far as like, if I don't get along with people, like, especially like online. Not to say get along, not to say get along, but if there's like, sometimes I take part in debates and stuff, and there might be people who, like the energy is not compatible. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to start tweeting about that person and all of a sudden start thinking about them too much, but like people do that to him. I'm not looking towards any human being to be a hero of conservative. Please, y'all lost the plot long time ago on that one. The only hero I'm looking for as a hero of conservatism, if you will, or how to live right is Christ. Okay, let's be real. But it's, to me, I just find it so hypocritical the way they cast stones on one person, but they don't do it for other people. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to be a part of the people who do that to him. I just rather not talk about him. There are some things that he say that, again, that I said I don't like. And before we get to Shapiro, I'll even go back to the case. He's explained the video, and I'm going to show you a tweet that somebody put out, and I'm going to call her out too. Shout out to Suleiman Ahmed. This is Suleiman. If you guys are on Twitter, please follow him. They removed his check mark because he was he was fact checking a lot of things that they didn't want him fact checking. What's new? Yeah. So this, okay. So Andrew Tate destroys. Okay. So here's
Ben Shapiro, Family Guy, on the conservative
Ben
side.
Shapiro's not a family guy. Ben Shapiro's a midget warmonger who, if he got sent to war himself, would piss his little pants, sitting down and spending the last 10 years advocating for big, strong men to go die in ditches while he sits at home collecting money. Ben is a warmongering piece of shit. He's not a family guy. Ben's actually a bad person. And I'm saying that genuinely. I don't usually have personal beef with people. Ben is a bad person.
Tell me why.
Look
Tell
at
me
his.
why.
You don't need to know much about him. Look at his history during COVID. Look how he pushed for everyone who didn't take the vaccine to not be able to fly and leave their house. Look at all his warmongering. Every single war, he's desperate for people to go to war permanently all of the time. And then he sits there hypocritically and say, "Oh yeah, Andrew Tate's accused and porn," while taking money from OnlyFans himself. He's just a bad person. Ben's just a bad person. That's.
I mean, you guys know how I feel about Ben Shapiro. I mean, go back and look at the catalog. Again, like, it's gonna come off where I'm just like, yay, Andrew Tate. It's not that, bro. Like, it's not. But this is elementary stuff that he's saying. He's not even saying anything that is so controversial. Like, I mean, seriously, if you guys have not seen my reporting on Ben Shapiro, especially when it comes to what's going on over in Palestine, like, please, no, by the way, something that's not a left-wing talking point. Something that should open your mind to wonder why we keep funding these kind of destruction upon the world, okay? So y'all convince me, yeah, Ben Shapiro is a warmonger for real, and that's just what it is. Look, but let me just show you this one more post. I'm sorry. And I know how this is coming across, but I can't keep saying I'm sorry because I'm really not. Kimberly Klasick, for some reason, I don't know, I don't follow her, yet for some reason, she's always showing up on my stuff, and then the other day, I bet you she took it off. Thirsty broad. Okay. She probably took it off because she probably got called out for it. No, she didn't. So she posts the video.
I did this by creating a webcam studio, by taking girls who didn't know how to be effective on webcam, girls who had never done webcam before, girls who didn't have the equipment, didn't have the know-how, didn't have the will, didn't have the premises, didn't have the ability to make money with this exchange. I created a system that allowed me to convince girls to do this, allowed me to retain 100% control of their income, allowed me to make sure they were effective, because it's a super competitive industry. Don't think this is easy money. You're just going to put a girl on the camera and they're going to get rich straight away. No, it's very competitive and it's very difficult. I learned every tip and trick it takes to make sure a girl gets paid. I know how to make sure the girl can't run away. Because once you teach a girl how to do this, she has the ability to make unlimited money from home. Why would she still give it to you? Why does she just run off and keep it all for herself? Why are you getting your percentage? I learned how to do everything to take a nobody and make her a somebody. I learned how to take a nothing, turn her into a cash cow. And betas from all across the world would be sending money into her,
And I'm not saying that this is good. I want to be clear, but this is not moving bodies, okay? And I know somebody's like, no, but he said that, he kept them there when they wanted to leave. That's not what he's necessarily saying, and I'm not going to get into all of the technical, ramifications of what he's saying, because then I start to look like I'm defending weird things. It's not that. Look, man, it's not for me. I wouldn't even want to do it, right? But he was arbitraging and pimping hoes. Hoes been being pimped out. Sorry, they have. Like, this is not new. Look, the guy's here. He is an American citizen. They're like, oh, why is he allowed to be in America? He's an American citizen. He was born here. It's so hilarious to me, though. Let me just say this. For these Republicans who are, he shouldn't be the face of conservatism. Nobody ever said that he was. But y'all shouldn't either, okay? All of y'all who sit here and lie. Where are the Epstein files? Where are they? Because you would find politicians. You want to know who has the largest moving business in America? It's not Andrew Tate. It is our government. Okay, stop playing with me. Okay, for all these people who are all of a sudden so concerned and have something to say, we're missing the bigger picture. Who was Epstein working for and for what? Miss me. Andrew Tate is not, my hero or anybody that I'm, I don't do disclaimers. We have bigger fish to fry than Andrew Tate. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.